Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, who helps aspiring international students to come to Canada. If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking of migrating in Canada. Well, stay tuned because in this video, I'm gonna be telling you the fastest way to come to Canada. Most of you may already know that most immigrants come to Canada as a worker. Well, if you don't know, tables have turned. Now, there are different ways of coming to Canada to immigrate. If you do not know what is this pathway, I will be giving you a brief information about this, so stay tuned. Student pathway is where an individual will stay in Canada for about 2 to 5 years. So this 2 to 5 years is broken down into 1 or 2 years of studying and 1 or 3 years of working in Canada right after graduation. Through this work permit that you have after you're studying, you should be able to apply for your permanency, in which eventually you'll probably become one. Now, you're probably thinking, are you in doubt or is it really possible? The answer is yes, because I am a living proof myself that this is possible and it have happened to me. I came here in 2019, studied during that time until 2021, and by 2022, I became a permanent resident of Canada. If you can't believe, yes, in just 3 years, I became a resident of Canada. Before I tell you why most immigrants chose this pathway, make sure to hit that bell button so you'll be updated for weekly updates and information like this. Now, why choose being an international student rather than being a landed immigrant or a worker? First reason for that is the fast approval. If you do not know, there is a student direct stream pathway for international students wherein the Canadian immigration will provide a decision with your visa application in just 20 days. And yes, this is possible because I applied in this stream wherein I got my visa approval in just 19 days. You can check out my student direct stream video in this link. The other reason is a high score. If you have a Canadian diploma, there is a higher chance that your points will be increased when you have a Canadian diploma for you to apply in permanent residency. But of course, it still depends on which permanent residency pathway you're going to apply to. And also, this score is just one category. There are still some other categories in which you really need to have a high score, like your IELTS, your salary, or any other things that your pathway is requiring. One more good reason is the quick process. Student pathway is really quick process because you can be in Canada in just 3 months. In my experience and in my students' personal experiences, they were able to be in Canada in less than a year right after signing up in our coaching, or from the day that they have seek our help, whether with letter of acceptance, choosing their program, and other things required or needed that they do not know in order to apply for a study permit. Take note that we do help aspiring international students with their letter of acceptance, which is the first step for you to study in Canada. So if you wanted to start your journey now, email us now in the link below. No, not everyone can afford to pay someone to help them with their application, so we have a different variety of programs for you, and that includes our classroom crew, wherein we will be teaching you some ways on how to apply for your study permit, get your letter of acceptance, choose your program for just a minimal fee but without one-on-one coaching. Now let's move on with another reason on why most aspiring immigrants choose the student pathway. And one of it is the privilege to bring your family. So yes, you are right. You are hearing this totally right. You can bring your family with you in Canada while you are studying. Please take note that this family includes your spouse and your kids. This does not include your grandparents, your parents, or your siblings. Aside from this privilege of bringing them with you, did you know that your partner can also work while you are studying and your kids can study for free? Sounds interesting, right? But of course, for you to be able to apply to study permit or student pathway, you need to have ideas on what are the things that you need to know. So in my YouTube channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, I do teach this to everyone based on my experiences and my knowledge. If you think you wanted to start your journey now, please email us now in the link below And there's also other free resources that you can download in the description box. So I'll see you in my next vlog.